Welcome everybody to Evil's Comics. I'm EvilMike, and thought I'd give you all a gift. I'm going to do a single issue review on vinyl. This is done by Image Comics. It's written by Wagner. Daniel Hillyard is the artist. Colorist is Stewart. And editor Kevin Gardner, designer Sasha E. Head. I'm going to do the single issue because so many people voted on this book. A lot of y'all were kind of interested. I know some of y'all, were kind of on the fence about picking it up. If you notice, I got a little music in the background. Well, the book's called Vinyl, right? Well, as you're reading the book, it kind of tells you you're supposed to be listening to the song. Now, I hope I don't get copyrighted or anything, but the song is, the book tells you to listen to it. So I'm going to put it on the review every now and then. But it's Come On In My Kitchen by Robert Johnson. And I actually know this song and love this song. But you're supposed to have it on in the background, as you're reading the book. Let's get straight into it. My thoughts. I'm going to do a pretty detailed review on this. Possibly, I'm kind of debating, and we'll get there at the end, but maybe a full-on spoiler. The book starts out and it says, 2 days from now. They're in a room. There is music playing. It is this song. There's a woman in the room. She looks all crazy and deranged. I love this shot from the back. It was really cool looking. She's zombified. I don't know why. I just imagine she's some kind of drug fiend or something. But this is where we meet like our two main characters. It's Walter and Dennis. This would be Dennis. I think so. Or it could be Walter. Give me a second. I'll get there. Bad with names. But it basically is the introduction of how he put on the teddy bear mask and became this identity. I'm assuming they're going to call vinyl, or they don't really call, they're just basically calling him Walter for now. I think his name is Walter. Hold on, yeah, it's Walter. Dennis seems to be like an FBI agent, and somehow or some other they're kidnapped and they're put in this room, and the music goes on, and all of a sudden this alter ego of Dennis kicks in, and he ends up killing the crazy zombie, I don't know. It jumps forward to present day, Kansas City, Missouri. It's got Walter here, and this is kind of where you find out he's talking to an Agent Ruiz, and they're on Walter's trail. We don't know from the first 2 pages, but kind of like when you're reading this part and this whole getup, because this is like an FBI sting. Walter shows up. Him and this guy went through this traumatic thing, kind of like a Saul type of situation, and they live to tell the tale thanks to Walter. So Walter sees them as friends, and Dennis is still like an FBI agent. Maybe he wasn't back then, but currently he is. And the FBI know that Walter is still killing, and they kind of show you shots like this, and it's like they're I think this one says like 2 weeks ago, and they show you different occasions, and he's putting on this song, and he's going through, and basically they were gonna sting him. Something else happens. He kind of offers this reward, like he actually has that song on vinyl. Walter wants it really bad. He has downloaded it, and he kind of shows right here, hey, I got it on my iPod. As they're going through, this is where the sting kind of gets messed up. We meet, like, I would say our big bad of and they kind of show her on the back cover too, but that's Madeline, and she's kind of like a cold, weird type of thing. But her and the FBI agent or something, they have some like maybe he had arrested somebody in their cult family or something like that, and she's basically back for payback. She's looking for like a mate for her son, and she shows why, and graphic. If if graphic stuff bothers you, this book was amazingly graphic. But they show you right here that that none of the other suitors were worthy because they're just, the insides got torn apart. I don't know, I guess the guy like tears them apart, and if they stay together, that's the girl for him. I don't know. But at this time, Dennis finds out that they have his daughter, and he's not the greatest of father. He was kind of the, once you went to college, you're on your own type of dad, and so the cult has tracked down his daughter, and they're going to offer him up to be, Madeline's son's next, bride, maybe, if she passes the tearing apart test. I don't know. So Dennis, he ends up like trading his life for his daughter. They're like, release my daughter, I'll go with you, and for whatever reason, because evidently he arrested somebody in their cult family, and they're mad. So at this time they kind of show he's gone, Dennis has gone, and now Walter is, I might be getting the names confused, but he's on his bike, a bicycle, and he shows up at like Madeline's cult here. We do see some of her bodyguards. They're like in these weird gold masks, and they're exuberantly tall. They look to be like 8 feet tall, maybe 7 feet, I don't know. But he just goes and says, hey, would you let go of my, the FBI friend, please, and she's like, ha ha ha, I don't know why you came out here on your bike, get the fuck out of here. And he's like, well, I tried the nice way, and it's kind of one of the first mysteries of the book, but he slipped something in their mailbox. I don't think we find out what he put in her mailbox, but he ends up riding off like Pee Wee Herman, on his big, nice red bike. And to me, the book was already good, and this is where like the book went full blown, because honestly, a bunch of these panels right here, I kind of had to like go back and forth and like kind of look at them again, read what was going on, look at them again. But then once I got it, it was like, oh, like dang. So they show you like a bunch of split panels right here. And basically, and let me flip back real quick. I do like getting the names right. It's bugging me. Okay, so Walter is the guy, the vinyl guy. Walter. He's in these panels, and they're basically showing that he's going after the FBI that's tied with Walter. And basically, at the very, if you can pause it and zoom in, hopefully my camera shows it well enough, but right here on this last panel, they show him in his vinyl, teddy bear thing, and he's creeping up on Agent Ruins. There's no death scene or anything, but we kind of have to figure that maybe Agent Ruiz did not make it past that scene, because he's coming out of her bathroom and like with knives, and yeah. It's kind of funny reading that page. I really didn't even catch him there. I mean, you talk about artist detail, like, and I did, maybe it was like 3 takes, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Very evil. So we go back to the, Madeline's farm, and I think it's the Bellina Family Sunflower Farm is what they're calling it. And they basically say, hey, there's 2 guys outside for some reason, and they show right here, and Madeline's like, oh, there's 2 guys outside. Okay, well, we're in a compound, and well, why don't you, take the guys, lock it up, protect us like you're supposed to do. And I don't know, that's a horrible Madeline, but she just comes off as weird, but in a good way. She's got this whole sunflower cult thing going. But anyways, the next panels are basically the guys locking up the compound, trying to lock it up, and Dennis Vinyl, I hope I'm saying his name right, but he just goes nuts. I mean, he's creeping up in the shadows, stabbing people, he takes off arms, I mean, from that page when I read them panels again, it just went full blown, like, yes, I want more. I want to say it was like, you know, a jazzy type of Dexter was how I was imagining, you know, the story parts. Dexter the show. I am a big serial killer fan. There's like an intrigue to it. You know, a lot of people think that's weird. I'm not gonna say I root for those guys or anything like that, but I mean, you know, serial killer films are some of my favorite horror, like books as well. But I mean, you can't tell me that Jeffrey Dahmer's story isn't interesting, or, you know, I mean, yes, it's horrific and scary and stuff like that, but I mean, these guys were sneaky and crafty and some of the best actors, and I mean, you're talking about family members didn't know. So yes, I've always been intrigued by serial killer, and I mean, come on, my name's Evil. We do get a little like blackened art of the next, it looks like the next 4 pages of the book, and it looks like they're basically setting up like people from the Sunflower, like, and it's these 2 guys that they show on the cover right here, but they basically look like maybe some lieutenants or something. They kind of revealed like in this page back here that they were coming, because these were like the in-betweens, that these 2 guys were maybe out there killing other people while this was going on. So in that regard, it did remind me of Dexter, because it was like serial killers hunting serial killers, and I mean, serial killers is already good and fun for Evil, but like serial killers hunting serial killers, that's like extra fun, you know. That's like watching a lion hunt a hyena, or, you know, a hyena hunt a lion. I mean, it's just fun, you know. But this book was amazing. If y'all are on the fence, it is Friday morning right now, so you might still have a chance. I haven't been back to the LCS, but if you have not picked this up, I suggest you go pick it up, because it is going to be big. It was such a good read. The art in it was just amazing, horribly, you know, breathtaking. The use of blood, the detail that they had in there. Oh my God, it was such a good book. I mean, I'm so glad I picked this up versus the other one. It's not to say that the other one wasn't a good book and this and that, and it's not going to be this like $1 million book. Who knows? But Evil's recommendations, you know, this was a definite sell. I was so glad. I read it twice. It was so good, and I'm not a big fan of reading. I mean, once I read it, I pretty much retained the main story parts. Y'all seen, I forget names, but, you know, I know that character, what they did, you know, that kind of stuff. Hopefully this wasn't too long. I'm doing this a little different to add the music. Hopefully the music wasn't, you know, too overblowing. I tried the music before, and it didn't do that good. I got my other reviews coming. I wanted to give you all of that as thanks for answering that question. I thought that was a neat idea. I might do that again. Leave some choices up to y'all. But hey, like, subscribe, please comment, hit the bell. I got like 4 more videos coming. I got my reviews on the DC, on the other indie books. I'm going to do a whole brand new Stray Dogs review, where I review all 5 issues. I already have a Stray Dogs review. I'm going to delete that one. Maybe not delete it, but maybe just, you know, do the whole thing. I don't know. But y'all have a great day. Get out there, get some comics. Go out there and get this comic. Listen to that song. It's a great song. Y'all just have a wonderful day. I'll be seeing you later on today. Bye.